ruin. From global sportswear empires desperate to control the next decade of lifestyle merchandising, to boardroom defense strategies explicitly designed to ward off predatory state-backed takeovers, the machinery surrounding this teenager is running a high-stakes financial simulation. But who actually walks away with the biggest corporate jackpot? Today, we pull back the curtain on the corporate architecture of the Lamine Yamal phenomenon, counting down the ultimate institutional beneficiaries from the lowest gain to the absolute highest. We begin at rank number 4, the global transfer market itself. In macroeconomic systems, value is rarely dictated by the inherent utility of an asset. It is dictated by the highest baseline ceiling set by an extreme anomaly. When European powerhouses began throwing around hypothetical €250 million internal valuations for Yamal, it didn't just rattle the boardroom. It permanently broke the financial ecosystem for young scouting and recruitment. Yamal's meteoric trajectory acts as a massive inflation catalyst, because he has definitively proven that an academy graduate can instantly handle the crushing commercial pressure of leading an elite global sports institution. Selling clubs worldwide have fundamentally altered their asset pricing. Suddenly, a raw, unverified 17-year-old prospect breaking out of a secondary league isn't valued at 10 or 15 million euros anymore. The Yamal effect means mid-tier clubs can point directly to Catalonia, look at the historical timeline, and demand an immediate 50 to 80 million euro premium for any raw talent showing a fraction of his technical baseline. He has effectively priced secondary clubs completely out of the Wonderkid market, artificially widening the economic chasm between the elite top tier and everyone else. Rank number 3 brings us to the unique financial accounting loophole of the most famous academy in sports history, Masia. To understand why this kid is a legal financial cheat code, you have to look past the pitch and dissect the strict, unforgiving regulations governing UEFA's financial sustainability rules and La Liga's rigid salary limits. When a mega club buys a superstar for 100 million euros on a standard 5-year contract, corporate accounting rules mandate that the cost must be amortized over the length of the deal. That means a fixed 20 million euro liability sits on the club's balance sheet as an operational hit every single year. But Lamine Yamal cost FC Barcelona exactly €0 in transfer fees. Under modern financial fair play frameworks, because he is a homegrown academy graduate, his entire current valuation represents 100% pure book profit. If a club ever needs to secure emergency liquidity, an academy asset of this magnitude provides an immediate, clean injection into the income ledger without a single euro of remaining debt or unpaid amortization trailing behind them. But more importantly, his mere presence on the roster gives the institution a massive financial shield. His soaring valuation acts as a critical leverage point against macro club debt, allowing executives to safely optimize their balance sheet ratios, secure premium credit lines with global investment banks, and safely register external player acquisitions that would otherwise be legally blocked. This brings us to rank number 2, the multi-billion-dollar sportswear war. For nearly 2 decades, the global football merchandising landscape was a duopoly dictated by a single rivalry, Cristiano Ronaldo representing Nike and Lionel Messi anchoring Adidas. As both icons naturally transitioned away from the European spotlight, it left an unprecedented, highly dangerous vacuum in the corporate marketing world. Sportswear brands don't sign elite athletes just to sell football boots. They sign them to control the global culture of streetwear, casual apparel, and high-margin lifestyle merchandising. Nike initially held Yamal during his early academy days, but recognizing the shift in global football gravity, Adidas swooped in with an aggressive, historic long-term contract to lock him down as the long-term face of their signature lines. The financial return on this single signature is staggering. When a teenager captures the imagination of the public, the merchandise spike isn't local, it's intensely global. Because Yamal appeals directly to Gen Z and Gen Alpha demographics, his personal brand opens up massive secondary revenue streams for his technical partners. We are talking about custom apparel lines, limited edition lifestyle capsules, and global ad campaigns that command prime real estate from Tokyo to New York. By capturing Yamal, his brand partner isn't just selling shirts to Barcelona fans. They are securing a multi-decade insurance policy that guarantees dominance over the entire cultural narrative of youth sports marketing. Finally, we arrive at rank number 1. The institutional sovereignty of FC Barcelona. To the casual observer, slapping a €1 billion release clause onto Lamine Yamal's contract looks like an absurd theatrical marketing stunt. After all, no football club in human history has ever transacted a 10-figure fee for a single human being. But in the complex landscape of Spanish sports law, this number is a meticulously engineered corporate defense mechanism. Unlike England's Premier League, Spanish royal decree mandates that every single professional footballer must have a legally binding buyout clause written directly into their employment contract. It is an employee right that allows a player to buy out their own contract and walk away if a third party provides the liquidity. Back in 2017, Barcelona honestly believed that setting Neymar's release clause at €222 million made him completely uncatchable. They severely underestimated the financial liquidity of state-backed clubs, resulting in a shocking, hostile transfer market raid that forever altered the club's trajectory. They vowed never to make that mistake again. The €1 billion clause slapped onto Yamal isn't a price tag. It is a legal firewall. It completely strips away the power of wealthy, state-backed entities or ultra-rich Premier League conglomerates to bypass Barcelona's executive board. It forces any interested party to the negotiating table on Barcelona's strict terms, completely insulating the club from another destabilizing corporate raid. By utilizing this legal fortress, Barcelona hasn't just retained an elite asset, they have protected their global brand equity, preserved their future commercial valuations, and ensured that the absolute highest beneficiary of the Lamine Yamal phenomenon is the institutional survival of the club itself. What started as a desperate scramble to escape the shadow of Lionel Messi has culminated in the creation of the most insulated asset in modern sports history. By observing the failures of the past, by recognizing that the gravity of anchoring this club was too heavy for Ansu Fati and fundamentally distinct from the technical profile of Dani Olmo, Barcelona didn't just stumble upon a prodigy. They stumbled upon a clean financial sheet. They stumbled upon an asset who can absorb historical club debt, trigger unprecedented high-margin streetwear merchandise empires for corporate partners, and command a legally bulletproof contract extension tying him down until 2031. Lamine Yamal is the definitive proof that the modern game is no longer just played on grass. It is simulated in the corporate ledgers of corporate entities. The sporting world will continue to obsess over the stepovers, the Ballon d'Or projections, and the highlight reels. But the true architecture of his success operates behind the glass walls of the boardroom, where a single teenager holds the leverage to dictate the macroeconomics of European football for the next 15 years. The financial fortress is built, the clause is set, and the empire is locked in. But it leaves one massive question hanging over the future of the sport. Can any club ever truly break a €1 billion firewall, or has Barcelona successfully permanently shifted the transfer market forever?